Crystal Palace take on Aston Villa at home, looking for their first league win of the season, up against an Aston Villa side that haven't done that badly. What will the game be like, and will my predictions come true? Let's find out. Okay, so I'm going to be giving away spoilers of the game against Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. So if you haven't seen the game yet and you do want to see it first, then go away and do that, and then come back and listen to my interpretation of the game. Okay, so first of all, my predictions for who would play. And I got Gaeta right. That was a good thing, wasn't it? At the back, I got it right as well, apart from one. It was Tarek Mitchell, it was Mark Gay, and it was Joachim Aston. And I'm trying to go by the way they pronounce the names, so I might not get it right. But instead of Nathaniel Klein, it was Joel Ward who was in there. So, but that was not too bad. It was the same kind of situation. In the middle, I had Schlupp, Doucouré, Eze, and Elise, or Elise and Eze. But it actually worked out to be Eze, Doucouré, and Schlupp. So there was three in the middle. So I got three of the names right. I just added Elise when he wasn't on the original team. Up front, I had Zaha and Edouard, and Zaha and Edouard did start the game, but they were joined by Jordan Ayew up front. So it was a 4-3-3 formation, and it was a very good formation. I thought it worked really well. There were some very good moments in the game, which I will get to a bit later on. So in terms of the format, in terms of the formation and the players, not too bad. I'm getting better. I'm getting there. I'll improve as time goes on. So the game started really quite well for Villa. They actually came out of the gates playing quite well. They had a bit of possession. They were working well together. And it looked like it was going to be a tough game for us because after just 5 minutes, Ollie Watkins scored. It was a ball that was put over the top, came in through the middle, and Ollie Watkins got on the end of it and slotted it past Gaeta. So it was a bit of a shock because although we looked fairly solid, and we did look solid up until that point. It was just the through ball that caught us out a little bit, and Ollie Watkins got the goal. So at that point, it was looking a little bit of a worry, but we got straight back into it with Wilfried Zaha, who did one of his typical solo runs forward, and the pass was okay. I mean, I think it was almost a little bit of not an intended pass, but the pass got forward to Zaha, and he went forward and managed to slot it past the goalkeeper to make it 1-1. That was on 7 minutes, so it was almost a total and complete comeback from there, which was fantastic because it meant that we were then back on the front foot again. And for the rest of the first half, I think we were on the front foot for most of it. We had a lot of the possession. We were working really hard together. The midfield, I think, is really gelling very well. Doucouré and Schlupp are working really hard in the middle and giving Eze the opportunity to do what Eze does, which is fantastic. Because I think that if he is, he was tracking back and he was tackling back and he was marking and everything like that, but when we have possession, Doucouré and Schlupp allow him to go forward and to do things because he knows that they will pick up the slack at the back. So it was very good from that point of view. And as the first half went on, I thought we played better and better. We were getting into the game more and more in the first half, and by the end of it, we were doing really well. Schlupp had a chance, shall we say, to make it 2-1 in the first half, but it was ruled out for offside. Now I looked at this, and I looked at the lines that they put in there, and to me he looked like he was level. I mean, I know that I'm no expert at these things, but it looked like he was level to me, so I think that goal should have stood. But let me know what you think down in the comments below about that. And then that was the end of the first half, really, and we had a couple of chances. Aston Villa had a couple of chances, but overall we had the lion's share of possession. And second half started pretty much how the first half ended. We started off with a lot of possession, and really I think for most of the game, for most of that second half, we were the ones moving forward more than Aston Villa were and creating more opportunities than they were. And on 58 minutes, it was Zaha again who scored. This time it was from the penalty spot. It was a handball in the area and by Aston Villa, and Zaha stepped up to take the penalty, missed the initial penalty, but then the ball came back out to him again. He managed to slot it past the keeper on the second attempt. A very good, very cool head, as we know Zaha has, and it worked really well, and it was fantastic to see him get on the score sheet for a second time in a game. I don't think he's ever scored a hat-trick for Crystal Palace, so it would have been nice for him to do so, but that was certainly a very good goal. Then, again, we carried on with possession. Eze, as the game went on, I mean, he was, from the beginning, he was very cool, very calm and collected on the ball, passing it very simply, sometimes doing a good pass here and there. But as the game went on, he came into the game more and more, and certainly by the end of it, and certainly into the second half, he was dominating the midfield there. There was a wonderful little pass through to Edouard. I think it was Mateta. There was a lovely little ball where he played it with the outside of his foot, and it just curled into the middle of the park there, into the box. But unfortunately, it wasn't able to get on the end of it. But it was a great move, and as the half went on, certainly Eze was coming more and more into the game and working really, really hard. It was absolutely fantastic to see it. He's had such a good beginning to the season, and such a good beginning to his pre-season as well. It's great to see him back to full fitness and back to flowing form. And then on 71 minutes, Jean-Philippe Mateta came on for Edouard, and with the first touch, he got the goal. It was a wonderful little 1-2 with Zaha and Eze, and then Zaha tapped it forward to Eze, Mitchell, tapped it forward to Mitchell, who then crossed it in first time, and Mateta got on the end of it. And this is the kind of thing that I've been talking about before, that we need from our forwards. We need more forwards just flying into the box and trying to get on the end of things. And Edouard did it a couple of times, didn't quite work out for him. Mateta did it, and he got a goal from it. It was absolutely fantastic, and it was great to see him get on the score sheet again. This is what we need, I think, from our forwards. We need them to just do everything they can to get into the box with these crosses coming in, because these are very often the chances that are going to create the best things for us and give us the most chance of getting a goal. So it's great to see that happening, and hopefully we'll be able to do more of that as time goes on. We did have a few substitutions. Hughes came on, Eze went off, Zaha went off towards the end of the game. I think it was more a tactical thing than anything else. I don't think he had an injury or anything like that. Elise did come on for about 10 minutes and played well. He was his usual self. I think he played okay. For me, man of the match has got to be Eze, even though Zaha scored 2 goals, and I think he's a close second. But Eze, for me, was just ruling the middle of the field there. They weren't able to cope with him at all. He was getting fouled almost as much as Zaha was, and it was very difficult for them to contain him. So I think he's my man of the match. And it was 3-1 in the end. I predicted 2-1 to Crystal Palace, so again my score wasn't right, but I'm pleased to have been wrong in this situation. But as always, the floor is over to you, so let me know in the comments down below what you think, whether you believe that Eze should be the man of the match, or do you think it should have been somebody else. Let me know down below.